Mike at it. You know, that reading made me think a couple of things. Talked about here's some of the methods we've tried, and it reminds me of it's in I think it's Employers. On 144, it talks about aren't you interested in results rather than methods? You know, and I really was interested in results once I had been here for a minute. I mean, it just takes a minute to start putting in perspective what was really going on. I highly recommend, if you're new, to give it a minute to sink in. So many people go before they really get a chance to see the light, so to speak. And when it talks about in some of those methods, voluntary commitment to an asylum, you know, those words really mean something. And when we think about the word asylum, we think about a crazy house. But if you look up the definition, you can go on your phone right now, look it up. Webster's means asylum means a safe place. And I really did come here because and I remember feeling how safe it was coming in here. Just, you know, people that are trying to do right, and you know, just an oasis, like Bill said, in the dreary desert of futility, an oasis in the dreary desert of everybody's using, and I just need a safe place to come for a little bit to feel safe. And that's so true what it just said. But what it just got through saying is also true. I've got to commit myself to this. I wish the recovery could rub off as easy as the disease does. You know, when he talked about in another place, no treatment we've found that it can be eradicated and we become normal men. Well, you know what? I don't want to be what they're referring to as somebody who seems to be able to drink successfully. What I have found is that I was so hooked on that shit, I couldn't see it wasn't doing me no damn good, and it wasn't as fun as I was telling myself. I see the light. But that statement also has a dual meaning to me. So I can be like normal people. You know what? This way of life on a daily basis has eradicated that obsession and allows me to be like normal people, in that I can go to work, I can pay my bills, I can have some happiness in my life, some consistency, whereas in my past, you know, it was like the book says, one more attempt, one more failure. Like the book says on 21, I'd build up this house of cards, and then I'd get drunk and I'd ruin an opportunity. So in a real way, this program does help me be like people I see out there being able to live life and being successful at it. And it's not about money. I'm talking about in those things I just described. You know, when I think about what it talked about there about conceding to my innermost self, I mean, all I can tell you is that my experience has been, I've just got to get it out of my head that I'm gonna use. I don't want to use it in any way or form. I think the thing that trips most people up is they want to substitute something, and then they go try something and they like it a little bit, but their mind always knows what did it for them. And everybody has different things that they like. That's why when the book talks about we got to abstain from alcohol in whatever form, and how true that statement was 80 years ago when he wrote it, especially today. There's so many forms of alcohol, and if you're new, please get that. The chip represents being off of everything. Because I know people that fellowship hop and play games, and they come to one place and still own something else. You'd be shocked if you found out how many people in the meetings you go to are fucked up as rats in the meeting. I mean, it just irritates to think about the people that are coming here for a safe place, and there's people in here high just snickering at us. I've seen how it ends up for those people. Sitting right here They come right back in, maybe 5 years, 10 years later.
Amen.
And I'm not talking about you, brother. That was very clever about the turn of the century, by the way. And, you know, I just wanted to share and put some perspective on some of those things that it said, some of that arcane language about the asylum. This is a safe place. The commitment. I need to be committed to this way of life and work these steps. I do want to be like those people out there that have jobs and are being successful in their life. And alcohol has no part of it, period. And I am looking for results rather than methods. And I have found the results here. But it's taken some effort. God's met me more than halfway. But I've put forth the effort. So I'm not going to sit here tell you that I'm just here by God's grace. That's a lie, and the book makes clear that faith without works is dead. So if you're new, please commit yourself. Please put half the effort that it put out there, and you'll be successful here. I would like to see more people be successful here. I'll pass.
Thank you.